Hi, just a few hours ago, Rappa's kit has been finally revealed and it honestly looks pretty interesting. This will be a quick video going through the initial version of her kit and hopefully simplifying it down as well. For some reason, they are dialing it back this time and not releasing two new 5 stars in version 2.6, but nevertheless, let's get on with the video. Before we start, I stream sometimes on Twitch, link in the description, and I'll be giving away a supply pass / welcome moon to my subscribers at 6k subs, so make sure you subscribe to enter. Okay, so what does Rappa actually do? Rappa is a 5-star imaginary unit following the path of your edition. Rappa's skill, Ninja Strike, Rooted Resolute, does damage to all enemies. Rappa's ultimate, Nindo Supreme Love Deep, makes Rappa enter the Seal form state. Upon entering this state, she gains a turn and 3 stacks of Chroma Ink, while also increasing break efficiency and break effect. Additionally, she now gains an enhanced basic attack that she can only use in this state that consumes 1 point of Chroma Ink per attack, and at 0 points of Chroma Link, she exits the Seal form state. Rappa's enhanced basic attack, Ningo Demon Bane Petal Blade, comes in 3 parts. The first 2 does blast damage, while the last one does AoE damage. In addition, it also reduces the toughness of non-imaginary weak enemies, but at a lower rate. Rappa's talent, Ninja Tech Endurance Gauge, makes it so whenever an enemy is weakness broken, she deals toughness damage to adjacent enemies, while also dealing an additional instance of damage to the main target. And finally, Rappa's technique, Ninja Dash by leaps and bounds, essentially just makes her fast, marking any enemy she passes by, and when entering the battle, she deals damage, reduces weakness, and gains some energy. Moving on to our bonus trace abilities, starting off with Ninjutsu Inscription Sky High, which regenerates energy whenever an enemy weakness gets broken, with elite enemies regaining more. Ninjutsu Inscription Sea Echo, which makes her enhanced basic attack against weakness broken enemies become Super Break, and Ninjutsu Inscription Withered Leaf, which increases the break damage taken by enemies whenever they are weakness broken, scaling off her attack. As for bonus stats, she gains a bit of attack, break effect, and speed, which are all pretty useful. Overall, Rappa has actually a relatively simple kit. She does not do anything super extraordinary, but is still able to be a semi-new way to play a break DPS. And yeah, once again, we are receiving another break DPS before another DOT DPS, but what can you do? Anyways, back to talking about her kit, she is literally just break Jinlu, featuring a very similar ultimate mechanic with points to keep her within it. However, unlike Jinlu, she cannot use her ultimate to keep her in it, so I guess it's more like Fireflies? But anyways, as a break DPS, she is the AoE counterpart to Buhyu and Firefly, with Buhyu being the single target one, Firefly being the blast one, and Rappa being the AoE one. Now we finally have a break DPS to clear everything, except Firefly can already do that, but we will ignore that for now. And speaking of Buhyu, her talent also has an additional instance of damage similar to Buhyu's. Not sure why they didn't just make both of these follow-up attacks, but if I had to guess, it's probably something to do with being too strong. All in all, I think she'll be a very decent DPS in general, but insanely strong specifically for pure fiction, as she is AoE focused after all. I will refrain from commenting on her numbers for now, as this is only the first version of her kit, so they will definitely get changed, but for now, it seems pretty good. And of course, I forgot to mention, everything in this video is subject to change. Now for her Eidolons. E1 makes her ignore defense when in ultimate state, while regaining energy whenever she exits the ultimate state as well. This is a very strong Eidolon in both damage and ultimate uptime. E2 increases break effect in ultimate state and increases the toughness damage of non-imaginary weak enemies of her enhanced basic attack. This, however, is not a very strong Eidolon. While the improved toughness damage helps with brute forcing her in contents, 20% break effect isn't really worth 180 pulls. E4 increases party speed, which is always nice, and E6 just super steroids her talent's additional instance of damage. Overall, her Eidolons are pretty okay. I do think that E1 is pretty strong, but the rest is not really all that noteworthy, maybe except E6, but that's to be expected. Lastly, for Rappa's signature Litecoin, it increases break effect and regenerates energy at the start of the battle. Additionally, it also advances her forward after using 2 basic attack after using ultimate. Basically, this is a hyper-specific Litecoin that is made to work in conjunction with her kit. Rappa can use up to 3 attacks before exiting her ultimate form. This just makes it so the 3rd attack comes sooner. It's a great Litecoin for her, but sadly, it's not as universal as I would like it to be, as I was hoping for an upgrade from a break effect chemical. Anyways, so that does it for the first look at Rappa's kit. Do remember, this is the first version of her kit. There is a very high likelihood of her kit being completely different on release, so do keep that in mind. Overall, her kit does seem a bit bland, but the visuals make up for it, so no complaints here. Rappa doesn't seem that selfish with a low skill point cost and even team buffs, so units like HMC and Lingsha will really like her as well. But I will leave the guide part to my actual guide, so do keep an eye out on that.